A is for application. Today we're going to be talking about 3 ways that you can improve your overall makeup application. Hey everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're talking about makeup application. I'm going to tell you 3 ways to improve your overall base makeup application. 3 things that I think will just help you in your makeup journey if you take them and you put them in your pocket. All right, this is part of my Makeup Vocabulaire Series where I'm going through the ABCs of makeup. I'm going through products, tips, tricks, and anatomy, okay? Because sometimes we just be talking about powers to the face and everybody's like, I don't even know what that is. And just vocabulary words that you hear thrown around in makeup, what they mean and how to apply them. If you enjoyed this video along the way, please give this video a like, that helps a lot, and subscribe down below. All the products that I use today that are in the YouTube shopping, guess what? I've linked them. So they'll come up on the screen, they'll be in the description bar down below, and you can buy the products directly from this video. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the first tip is to know your skin needs. When I say skin needs, I'm not talking about your skin tone. I'm not talking about your undertones. All that is great. But I'm specifically talking about what type of products your skin needs. Because it may not be that you're doing the wrong techniques. It may not be that you're even using the wrong brands. It's just the wrong product. It's the wrong type of product. So we'll think about skin as just 2 types right now: dry and oily. All right, I have normal to dry skin, meaning that if I don't moisturize for a couple days, my face gets dry. All right, it will get dry. It's not super dry, but it has a propensity to get dry, which means that when I go to the store, I'm looking for products that are okay. So my hair's gonna be cut off for just a little while. Watch, just for a little while. Then I'm gonna back up. The camera angle was off. My eye's infected now, so I can't re-record. Just bear with me, okay? Dewy, hydrating, wet, anything that has anything to do with some sort of wet, that's what I'm going for, because I'm trying to really add in that moisture. Because if I just use products that are all matte, it can get real dry and it can get real cakey. There's that. Now, if you're like, no, I don't need that, my skin is oily, I need something to mattify me down, okay, you're gonna go for products that do say matte. And if I crisscross these, I give the mattifying product to the person whose face is already dry, and I give the hydrating product, the super wet product, to the person who's already oily. Now, I will say this. You can also mix and match some products. So you may say, okay, using the matte primer works for me, okay? The matte primer, the matte foundation, but then when I use the mattifying spray, it's too much. Maybe you work a little bit of moisture in with the dewy spray at the end, but you know I'm going to need mattifying primer because my face is oily. So I need to start with mattifying primer. Me, for example, I'll show you the primer that I'm about to use. I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum Primer, and on the packaging, you gotta read the packaging, okay? Because although following beauty influencers is great and just going to buy products that you saw somebody else use is great, you may not know their skin type. All right, so they might be using stuff that works for them and it looks good on them, but when you're using it on yourself, you have different needs. So you really got to read the labels, y'all. The label that says hydrating and priming face serum, serum base hydratant pour le visage. Okay, hydrating. That's up my alley. That's up my alley. I do want this, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with this, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. I put everything on the back of my hand. That's not a tip, that's an unofficial tip. Don't just be pouring stuff into your brushes, because I feel like that makes them get dirty quicker. And when your makeup brushes are dirty, when they get too like my makeup brush is always dirty, let's be clear, but when they get too dirty, it feels like it makes your makeup shrieky. It makes your makeup more shrieky. So I like to put things on the back of my hand for hygienic reasons, and so my brushes don't get dirty, and so I can control where it goes. Because although this has a little small nozzle, but if I just kind of just put it wherever, no, I need control. If you've watched any of my other makeup tutorials, which you should, then you already know. But eyeshadow, primer, everything on the back of my hand. But as you can see, as I'm, blending this out, the face is dewy, and I needed that pick-me-up. I needed that pick-me-up. I don't really ever use mattifying primers. I may use a matte setting spray. That's something at the end that I would use if I want a matte look. I'm not saying that if you have dewy skin, you should never try to do a matte look. I'm not saying if you have oily skin, you should never try a dewy look. But I am saying when it comes to your undergarments, your primers, your foundations, it's good to think about what's going to work well with your skin type, because you want to work smarter, not harder. In fact, I do have a whole base video on how to do my entire base routine to give a matte look. So I can still have that. But even with my matte look, I'm still using products that are dewy until the very end when I add my setting powder, when I add my setting spray for that matteness. But I don't need it to be too matte from the beginning because my face is already dry. It's gonna be cakey. It's gonna feel uncomfortable too. That don't hurt. It be hurting sometimes when your face is too dry. All right, now let's get into foundation. I'm walking you through my makeup routine so I can show you how these things apply and how they work as I go through my routine. So as I was talking about hydrating, let's talk about my foundation real quick. I like to use a mix of two. This is my two favorite right now. Why do I use a mix of two? Because it's very hard to get my skin tone together, right? That's not a tip. It's just how it is. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. All right, let's read again. Hydra Glow. Hydra Glow. In the past, I've always used a foundation, even if it was like a foundation that didn't necessarily say matte or dewy, with a tinted moisturizer. A tinted moisturizer, moisturizer is in the word, right? Now this is the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation 21M Medium Neutral. Like I said, I just mixed the two for color, but I did want you to see that this says Hydra Glow. Going back to our first tip. Now that we've got that, out the way, let's talk about our second tip, which is you need to apply more makeup. You must apply more makeup. This is a conversation that I've had with a bunch of people in person. That's when I was like, you know what? I need to do a PSA. Because everybody can't meet me in person. I don't meet all the ragdolls in person. But people keep asking me, why does my makeup not look airbrushed? Why does it not look seamless? You're not applying enough. You're not applying enough. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because if I applied more, wouldn't it be harder to blend? No, okay? We're gonna treat our face like a canvas right now because it is a canvas. If you took just a little bit, we're gonna just take just a little bit of foundation. And you know what? Just for this whole thing, I'm gonna mix both foundations together. Because I just use one that's gonna be too light and then y'all gonna be like, no, that wasn't because you used more. It's 'cause, no, we need only one independent variable in this experiment. So I'm gonna mix the foundations together once again on the back of my hand. I'm gonna wipe this off. So I only have a little bit. You have a canvas and you only use a little bit of paint. So we only just have just a little bit. I'm gonna apply this to the face. And let's take a foundation brush. We're just adding a little bit of foundation, which means we're just adding a little bit of paint to the canvas. And now we're gonna try to cover the canvas up. A little bit of hair in my face. We're gonna try to cover the canvas up. We got a little bit of foundation, just a little bit. We don't want too much. Matter of fact, I'll even just put this a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna cover this side of my face. Let me tell you something. This is not gonna be here after 2 hours. This is not gonna be here after 2 hours. 1, 2. The entire point of foundation is to give a foundation. Think about a house being built on a foundation, right? How good that foundation is. That's how, come on now, this is important. Let me tell you something about this. 1, it is streaky, okay? It's streaky. You can still see things underneath. It's not even because it can't be even because it's only this much to go around. It cannot be an even slate. Now, I think if I explain the point of foundation, that will really help a little bit more. So foundation is to give a nice blank slate all over the face. As you can see in your face, you already have different highlights, shadows. You may have blemishes, dark spots, different colors going on, discoloration, and that's cool, right? But when you put on your makeup, you want everything to be even so that all the stuff that you add on top, when you add your concealer back in, to add the highlights back in, when you add the contours back in, to add the shadows, when you add your blush, you have an even base to work on top of, so you're fighting against less things, right? Now, there's gonna be people who are like, I like low coverage. Here's the thing. Even with the low coverage product, you can't really add so much low coverage product that's gonna be full coverage. It's just formulated different. You just gonna have a lot on your face, but it's like, it's formulated different. There's nothing wrong with having low coverage, but this is not a low coverage foundation. It's not a low coverage look. The only reason why it looks low coverage is because I only added just a little bit. It is streaky. Even when you have low coverage and you add, a substantial amount, it's low coverage across the board. It's low coverage a little bit here because I didn't have enough. When I was blending over here, I was like, dang, I don't have enough. So it's low coverage here, but it may be a little bit high coverage here when I actually added it to the face, right? Something was just on my face and I picked it up and now I have redness. It's so easy to just get some redness because there's nothing covering it. It is not a substantial amount of makeup. You got to add more. And this also applies for concealer. This also applies for blush. People always are like, my blush does not last throughout the day. You added this much, okay? You have to add more blush than you think you need because it's going to fade anyway. I'm making a video about how to layer blush. It should be coming out in the week or so after this video. So subscribe, stick around. All right, we'll talk about blush too. But you need to add more than you think you need. Why? That's how makeup is going to stay all day. That's how makeup is going to look seamless. The people whose makeup is you're like, wow, her face, it looks like she has no makeup on. She has so much makeup on. Professional makeup artists complain about this a lot. They're like, all these brides keep coming in. They say they want a no makeup look. And then I start putting makeup on them. They're like, no, I want no makeup. It's a no makeup look. That doesn't mean there's no makeup. There's a lot of makeup there. On the simplest looks where you're like, wow, it looks like she has on a lot of makeup. That's how you I'm trying to tell you. Now, let's go to this side of the face because I'm all for experiments being fair and scientific. So we're gonna add the same amount that I usually add to my face. And I'm not even worried about the forehead. We didn't have enough to even go up there. So I'm not even worried about the forehead. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm using the same brush, the same foundation mix, and I'm going to go on this side. Look. I have enough to go around. I can think about the under eye. I can even think about, you know what, maybe I will just go up to the forehead. Why not? I'm in abundance. Why not? I can go down here. See, on this side, we didn't even have I didn't even get to think about how it's not going to connect to my neck because I ain't have enough to go around. I can go underneath the nose, get that red in there. And I haven't added any more, by the way, guys. But I could, because this is the side that I add any more. But look at this side versus this side. Exactly. You need more makeup. This looks even. It looks even. This looks splotchy. Okay? I know it's a hard sell, which is why I spend so much time talking about it. But I know that it's passionate and necessary, which is why I spend so much time talking about it. So you need to add more makeup. I hope we're in agreement. Now let's move on to number 3. Actually, now let me go off camera and fix this side, because this is, come on now. If you like it, I love it. But if you want airbrushed and all that, I'm just trying to tell you how to get it. All right? Because I love you. That's why. Tip number 3, set your makeup for longevity, for look, for ease, for the sake of the colors of your shirt and all the people at church that you hug. They have on white shirts. They're taking your base makeup home with them. It's not right. It's not right. This is why you need to set your face, and this is how you're going to set your face. So I'm going to take setting powder. This is the one size translucent powder. And I'm going to show you exactly how I set my face, what parts of the face I set, and you're going to see the difference in real time. So I'm going to add the powder to this brush. This is a Morphe Cream and Liquid Blush Brush. I'm using it for what I want to use it for, okay? I'm going to start underneath the eye. All right? Going around the mouth. I'm just going to do one half of my face. Going around the mouth, up over the brow. And that's it. That's all I said. If you're wondering, like, if you're worried about your face being too dry, that's it. You can add just a thin layer. This was even a little bit heavy-handed. You can use just a little bit less than this if you would like. Okay? Boom. If I put on highlighter, I don't even put any setting powder here because I put the highlighter on top. But I don't know if I'm going for that today. So there's that. I will also take a Real Technique square foundation brush and I'll just clean up the nose contour because sometimes it don't be straight, okay? And it's easier to just mess up and then clean up than to try to get it so perfect the first time. There we go. I'll add some more blush on top because I always do, but I don't look super duper duper dry. Like I said, I'm gonna add more blush on top. I'm missing lip product, I'm missing all this stuff, so I don't even still look super dry as is. And I can rub my finger on my face. I rub my finger on my face on this side. We have a problem. You can see where I just put my finger. On this side, you can't see where I put my finger. It doesn't make any indent. Now, it is still makeup, all right? It's all about creating realistic expectations. It's still makeup, but it's makeup that is more locked in place. And we're gonna talk about setting sprays in a second. Now, if your face is super dry, you're like, Lauren, I feel like setting powder makes me dry. You need to use less setting powder. You still need it though. You need to use less. And not all setting powders are made the same. My favorite, this is the One Size translucent powder. I also love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the one. Okay, this is, I mean, it usually comes smaller, like something like this. But yeah, I love this powder. Get you a good quality powder and use the right amount. You can use powder. Now, if your skin is more oily, you're like, my makeup does not set, then you want to use more. You maybe want to go to the baking technique, right? And I think I need to make a video also about baking. Is baking necessary? All of that. That's part of the Makeup Vocabulary Series. I'm going through the makeup ABCs. Anyways, you might need to use more. You might do more baking where you let it sit for a second. But you need to set your face, okay? And then just look at the overall look. I love a dewy look too. I love a shine look too. But you can't deny that this is smooth. So I'm gonna set the other side of my face, and then I'll come back at the very end of my makeup routine to do setting spray, because I usually do it like at the end, right before lashes or right after lashes. So I'm going to come back in when setting spray comes back in. And we're back. So this is the setting spray I'm using today. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. It doesn't have a dewy or a matte. I think they have dewy or matte versions, but this original version is just a setting spray. I like it. There's also the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set. I used to love this one. We used to make my makeup super dewy for like golden hour. You had to be there for that era. Golden hour era. I was like letting the sun hit me. But sometimes it's a little too wet. Okay, sometimes it's a little too wet. But I do like the scent, and I like that it's dewy. And then the One Size On Till Dawn. This is super matte. I used this when I went from Mexico in June, by the way, hurricane season. It was so humid and hot. Then I went to Atlanta, also humid and hot. And it kept my makeup together. I made a video about that, like a short, like the entire wear process. This is matte. It's gonna keep your face together. But I have an entire video about like setting spray 101, so if you want to check that out. I also have a setting powder 101. Let me know if I should do updated videos of those though. But today I'm gonna use this. I like to do my setting spray before I put my lashes on or before I put any mascara on, because I don't want the mascara to get wet and then get onto my under eye. All right, so you're gonna go about an arm's length away and you want to spray. The reason why people spray so much, going back to what I was talking about earlier with the foundation, is because you want to cover it. If you only do one spray, then you just have like a couple dots, and you don't want a couple dots because those leave an imprint on your face. So you want to make sure that the face is nice and covered. You can kind of see it on this cheek, like the little dots. It'll dry nicely, but sometimes it won't. So that's why you want to just try to get it as covered as possible. I'm gonna let that dry down. Now I'm going to put on my lips and lashes. You want to know how to apply lashes? Guess what? I have an entire recent video for you on how to apply lashes. I have videos on every lip combo you could probably want, except for purple. I need to do a new one for purple. You can check those videos out as well. I'm not leaving you in the dust. I'm not leaving you behind. I'm going to go finish my base makeup and come back for the outro. So those are my 3 tips on how to improve your makeup application altogether. Let me know down below which tip was the most impactful. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear all about it. If you enjoyed this video, you would love my Makeup Vocabulary Series, where I'm going through the ABCs of makeup. I'm going through different makeup vocabulary words, anatomy, products, tips, and tricks. So I would love for you to stick around. Please subscribe down below and check me out in the shorts tab to see more videos in the series. You can also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads, and Pinterest, and anywhere where there's a social media site, I'm there. And I'm at Raggedy Royal, the same way it's spelled down below. We're working towards 100,000 subscribers. We just hit 50 in the end of June. So thank you so much for that. And if you loved any product in this video, there's a good chance that it's linked on the screen. So maybe you're on the TV and you can't see it. If you go into desktop or to your mobile, you will see all the products you can shop literally just from YouTube. So if you want to buy anything I talked about today, I used today, you can shop just from YouTube. And I will see you in my next video. If you want to give me a recommendation, put some input in on what you think the series is missing, what you want to hear me talk about, let me know down in the comments below as well, because that always helps. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.